So I'm Timothy with Abbey Road Heating and Air. I started a company over a year ago and have just loved being in business for myself. And it's very hard work. We work long hours and to serve the community, and that's really what it's about for me, is to have the opportunity to better serve the community, the greater Memphis area. And so we put this system in recently, and it's doing great for the customer. But a few misunderstandings about the industry would be that we're all money hungry and just out for the cash, and that's not true. Certainly we try and make a decent living, but the equipment is extremely expensive, and the overhead is extremely expensive. So people should consider it like a roof on your house. The air conditioning systems are an investment in the house themselves. They can last up to 20 years if they're put in right and serviced well. Recommendations for servicing would be to annually get the condensing units cleaned and make sure that the coils can breathe properly so that they're efficient. When choosing a contractor, I would certainly look at online reviews. That's one of the safest ways. Nextdoor, things like that are some of the safest ways to choose the right contractor. And the other is ask your friends, ask who your coworkers use. And when talking to contractors, ask them what their background is, what they specialize in. Not all contractors are the same, obviously, and I think everyone's figured that out the hard way. But you can save yourself some grief by checking on the front end by asking simple questions like, do you specialize in residential or commercial? There's always more than one way to get a job done, and you can sometimes use refurbished or used parts that are high quality that still get the job done at a fraction of the cost, especially when you're about to flip a house. There's ways to repair over replace. That's often a good option. And so just ask what the other options are. If they say this is the only option, I'd be skeptical. There's always more than one option, more than one way to get it done. And the other is ask what their recommendation is after asking for those options, and ask why they recommend that over the other options. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to have a dialogue with your contractor. Not trying to tell them how to run their business, but certainly how to work together to benefit both parties. And again, thanks to Sam and Elizabeth Wilson and the wonderful Southern Homebuyers Group and all that play a part over there to serve the community and to allow me to have a job. And we do appreciate it here at Abbey Road Heating and Air. Thanks.